Welcome
Welcome
to Modern Mind,
Ancient Book,
where we, together, explore one of the most important books in human history. Isabella, welcome to
A Modern Mind, Ancient Book.
That's right, and we are going
back
to
move forward.
Going back to move forward. We are trying to learn the ways
Of the ancients.
How did they experience God? And what did it mean to them? And then how can we, after understanding that, understand the way that we experience God? Is it the same? Is it different? Right? That's why we go back and then we move forward. So we're learning. Does that make sense?
No.
Okay.
I didn't process.
It didn't make sense?
It didn't process through my circuits.
Okay. Well, ask a question. Do you have any questions?
What did the ancients eat for breakfast? Was there even a breakfast?
Of course there was a breakfast.
Thank you.
So, the ancient Near Eastern Semitic people.
Semitic?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
You don't remember talking to me about the difference between a Latin or Greek-based language and a Semitic-based language? The Semites?
No?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the Hebrews are a Semitic tribe. Semitic. Means they're from, what that means is they're from the ancient Near East or from the Near East.
Oh, so like a temple?
No. It's a location. So we're in North America, right?
Yeah.
And there are other continents. Can you name any other continents?
Africa?
That's a continent.
Zimbabwe?
Okay, so Africa is its own continent.
Yeah.
And then what is east of Africa? Asia.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Hebrew people lived in a place called Mesopotamia. Can you say that? Mesopotamia. Which means it's like the land between rivers.
Why do they come up with such...
Well, it's because there was a lot of water. You got to listen to what I'm saying. Nobody came up with it. It was named that because there were rivers. It's Mesopotamia. It's the land between two rivers.
Huh?
Yeah, it's just... I'll show you on a map, okay? Can you say Tigris and Euphrates?
Tigris, Euphrates?
And Euphrates. So, Iraq is basically Mesopotamia. Iraq. You'll learn a little bit about that later, okay? But the Hebrew people came from Abraham, and what that means is from the other side of the river.
Other side of the river?
We'll learn more about this a little bit later, okay? So Israel had its beginning in Mesopotamia. And then they came to a place at the point that they originally came. It was called Canaan or Canaan. Canaan. Okay?
Canaan?
Yep. And I'm gonna give you a weird word, and I'm not gonna explain it much, but I just want you to hear it. Okay? It's called the Levant. Levant.
I love
the Levant.
It sounds like love flowers.
Well, it was the land that God loved, and then He gave to His people. The Levant.
I would call it love flowers because it's like a gift. Like if somebody was bringing a gift of flowers to somebody, it's like I'm giving them a gift.
I'll take it.
I would say love flowers.
Okay. So, we're going to go back to move forward.
Yeah.
We're going to learn the ways of the ancients. We're going to do our best to understand how Israel experienced God.
Wait. what kind of music did they play?
Oh, really cool music. So, do you remember Shema
Israel Adonai Elohim you Adonai Echad.
So you know what that says? It says, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one." And that's from Deuteronomy. Right? It's really, really old. I mean, we're talking 3,500 years ago. So, what about the other one that we heard? There's a group called Mekidem.
Mekidem.
Yeah, Mekidem. And it was Adonai Ro'ilo. Yeah, so that's Psalm 23, right?
That must have been like long ago.
And that's like 3,000 years ago. So, what it is a really, really old culture that has a very long history with the God that we worship.
Isn't it like a culture, like a thing that they do, like a tradition?
Yeah, so I think culture is defined as practices. So something that you do, right? Mm-hmm. So I think culture is defined by something that's shared among a group of people.
Like, okay.
So we have a culture, you and I, right?
Yeah,
we're part of the American culture.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So Israel had its own culture. And that culture is what we're trying to learn.
What kind of culture is it?
That's what we're trying to learn.
I just feel we were trying to learn even though I didn't know it.
Yeah, so we're going back to move forward. And today we're talking about a book called Obadiah. Can you say that?
Obadiah. Oh, it kind of sounds like it kind of sounds like Obadiah Planter.
Sure.
It's a thing on Disney Plus.
Okay.
It's a frog.
So Obadiah means servant of the Lord.
Ooh.
It actually means servant of. Say this with me, okay? Say tetragrammaton.
Tetragrammaton? It sounds like Tetris. Tetris is an old game.
What it is it's the name of God.
Huh?
Do you remember talking to me about I think it is Exodus, when God appeared to Moses in the burning bush?
Yes.
And Moses asked him what he should say to the people.
The great I am.
That's right. I am that I am.
So he has like different names, right?
Yeah, God has names.
Oh.
So I want to use words like attribute, but what it really means is that once we learn more about God, then we call him according to what we've learned, right?
I think like upon the different cultures is what they name God. Right?
Well, no, you are really, really right, okay? So the earliest idea of the Most High God is An or Anu. That's the earliest name of the Most High God. When Abraham met a guy or a title or a person by the name of Melchizedek, right? The king of righteousness. The righteous king, or the king in the order of righteousness, or something like that.
I like this righteousness guy.
They called him, or he said, Abraham, servant of the Most High God. El Elyon.
Who's that?
That's the Most High God.
Oh, is it God?
That means El Elyon, the Most High God.
Oh, that's what it means?
Yeah, it means the Creator.
Like God?
Yeah. So when you and I, when we talk about the Creator, right? The one who created all things.
I like to say that God.
Yeah. But you know that some people believe in gods that give money.
Oh, those are fake.
Okay. Or believe in gods who give victory in war. Or believe in gods who grant you your wishes. Or just whatever, right? Like, there's different belief systems out there. So, the thing that makes the God of the Bible different are the things that people believed, celebrated, practiced in their worship. Does that make sense? Kind of, right?
Error.
It didn't compute very well. Okay, well then let's just talk about Obadiah, okay? So Obadiah was a servant of Yahweh.
Wait, that's a guy?
Yeah, Obadiah is a person.
Can we call him Obadiah Planter?
Obadiah Planter?
Yeah, I like calling him that because it's from a show.
Oh. Okay. Well, let's just call him Obadiah in the Bible. Okay? Okay. So, Obadiah in the Bible was a prophet. Do you know what a prophet means?
Isn't it like a guy who shares like God around the world and stuff? Or a friend?
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
Like the friend one or the other one?
What do you mean?
The one that I said about a friend, or like a traveler around the world to tell about God.
You're confusing me. So
I'm confusing myself.
Okay, so there's a couple things that a prophet is, okay? So a prophet hears from God. God speaks to a prophet.
Yeah.
And then the prophet tells people what God said.
Oh!
Does that make sense?
I get it now because you know Jonah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that.
Jonah was a prophet.
Yeah, but he disobeyed it, but then yeah. Haven't we already? Okay.
Okay. So let's just get to kind of the cool thing about the books of the Bible, all right?
Yeah.
So the books of the Bible are royal documents.
Like.
Okay. Do you know that the United States has presidents?
Yes.
That we have a president?
Yeah, we have George.
Right now it's Joe Biden, and we've got Donald Trump, who's going to become president soon. Okay. Well, he's already been sworn in, but he starts soon. Okay. So the presidents, they have really important documents that they can read, and that they kind of, well, they talk about lots of things that you and I really, we normally can't read them. You know? It's not for us.
Oh, it's for president.
It's for presidents and his staff, and for the intelligence community, and there's all kinds of, I guess, important things, okay, that are in those documents. But this book actually is, or was, when it was written, a very important document. It would have been in the king's court.
So
it was a treasure. It's a treasure.
It's a document that everyone can read.
Well, now it's a document that everyone can have. But when it was written for the kings and for the priests.
Yeah, but now
and for the people,
for everyone.
Too. Yeah, now we get the privilege and the blessing to look at it and learn about it.
Yeah, we read.
Okay.
I like doing a song. It's fun.
Okay. So, Obadiah, or the servant of Yahweh, was a prophet, and he probably served under a king
named
in the northern, I think it's the northern in northern 10 tribes, Ahab. King Ahab. Okay?
What does Ahab mean? Or is it just a name?
That I can't tell you. But here's the kind of crazy part about Obadiah is he prophesied against a country called Edom. Do you know what that means? Edom?
No.
It means like red.
The color red?
Yeah.
That's like the weirdest thing you can give a place.
And Edom, the people of Edom, were the cousins of the people of Israel.
Cousins?
Yeah.
That's
so,
crazy.
Okay, let's go back, okay? Let's talk about the patriarchs. You have, or the fathers of Israel. You have Abraham. Say Abraham.
Abraham.
Isaac.
And
Jacob.
Yeah, Jacob, like Jacob, Abel, but actually not in the Bible all grown up.
Yeah. Well, Abel, we named Jacob Abel, but Abel was a long time before Jacob.
Yeah.
So, okay. So you have Abraham, who had Isaac. All right?
Yeah.
Isaac was Abraham's son. Isaac had Jacob and Ishmael.
What?
No. I'm sorry. Jacob and Esau. Abraham had Isaac and Ishmael.
Isaac?
And Ishmael. Then Isaac had Jacob and Esau. Those were his most prominent sons, I guess, right?
I can't remember who the names are, so I don't really understand.
Well, it's okay. It's only important that we learn about Esau, who was red-colored, like Ishmael, who was red-colored, because Esau's children, Esau's family, they were Edom. Esau founded Edom.
Edom, like the color red?
Yeah, like the color red.
The color.
Edom were the descendants of Esau.
Esau?
Yeah, and they were cousins to Israel.
Who the heck is Esau?
To Jacob. So Jacob was renamed Israel when he struggled with God.
What? Why?
You don't remember any of those stories?
Nope.
Okay. Esau was coming to kill Jacob.
Why?
Because Jacob stole his birthright. He received the blessing from Isaac that was due to Esau, and then he fled Canaan, and he went to Haran, where his uncle Laban took him in, and there he married first the oldest daughter, and then also the youngest daughter.
Wait.
But hold on, let me finish the story, okay? While he was there with Laban, he had problems too. Because Jacob was kind of a tricky guy. And Jacob made enemies kind of wherever he went. Because he always was scheming to get his own way. He was always manipulating things to get his own way. So his mother basically taught him that. And so while he was fleeing Laban, his uncle sent word to Esau that he was coming back to Canaan, okay? And on his way back to Canaan, Esau came with 400 warriors, and they were going to kill Jacob.
I didn't get any of that.
Well, it's a lot of details.
Yeah, wait. How did he steal his birthday?
His birthright.
Birthright.
Yeah. Okay,
wow.
So the oldest son is the one who gets everything in his father's household. It's called a double portion.
Wait. What?
It's the way the ancients thought.
Okay.
So it's an ancient thing, and it's the way ancient people believed, okay?
Okay.
So this is what happened. God met Jacob, and he changed Jacob through, they say wrestling, but really I think it was about Jacob learning that he needed to change and feeling sorry for who he was and what he had done, and then also being wounded so that when Esau saw him, he didn't see a warrior, he saw a broken man. And so he had pity on him. Instead of desiring to destroy Jacob, he thought, I don't need to destroy him. He's already destroyed. And that's what God did to him to save his life. So Jacob, when he came back to the land of Canaan, he was able to settle. But Jacob had 12 sons. And those 12 sons betrayed their brother Joseph. And Joseph was sent down to Egypt as a slave, but he ended up saving all of Israel by becoming great in Pharaoh's government. Then Moses was called to take the people out. And when they came eventually to the land of Canaan again, they began to conquer it. And they had a kingdom for a while. At the time of Obadiah, or the servant of Yahweh, God was ready to remove the kingdom from Israel. There were the Assyrians, the Babylonians, the Egyptians. Everybody was fighting with one another at this point. And Obadiah was calling the people to repent and to change. And he also said that Edom, or the descendants of Esau, would be destroyed because they turned against their cousins, Israel.
I did not remember any of that.
I know, it's a big story. What'll happen, Linda Titika, is we'll talk about this stuff a lot of times, and then eventually you'll start to understand it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Remember when we started, I said we're going back to move forward and we're trying to learn the ways of the ancients?
Yeah.
So what does that mean? Does that mean you have to know it all today?
No.
No, it doesn't.
That would be hard.
You know why? Because you got me as your daddy. I'm going to continue to teach you.
You're daddy.
You know why? Because I love you. And why do I love you?
Because
you're my seed.
I remember you just called me Isabella.
Yeah, you're my little girl and I love you with all my heart, okay?
Hey.
Okay, we gotta go.
See ya later. Bye-bye. Thank you for joining us. Come back soon.
Thank you for joining us for Modern Mind, Ancient Book. We hope that the time spent with us was valuable for you. It certainly was for us. Like Isabella said, please come back soon.